Welcome to Lesson 1, Senior Survival Course from Jack Wilder Outdoors. I'm your instructor, Kent Hesselbein. Join me as we explore survival for seniors. Now, as most people get older, they feel that maybe they don't have the capabilities that they once had. But you have to remember, someone had to establish the things the way they are now. And that someone is us. We were the ones that blazed the trail. We were the ones that went before. We are the ones that taught the younger people what they know. So we have the knowledge and experience. Now we just have to apply that knowledge and experience. How do we do that? By planning and practicing things that once were just second nature to us, that we've seemed to have forgotten because as we've gotten older, we've convinced ourselves that we no longer are able to do these things. But now we know better. So join us on this course. Read through the text. Look at the resources. Watch the videos and the other resources that are available throughout. And if you have any questions, just hit us up. Hit me up personally. Kent@jackwilder.com. Thank you. Good morning. This is Kent Hesselbein, Jack Wilder Outdoors. And this is our Senior Survival Course, Lesson 1. I'd like to welcome you to our gazebo this morning, on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. As we begin Lesson 1, we want to talk about no fear. And by no fear, I mean how we react to fear, rather than not having fear. You see, modern man has it much easier than our ancestors did when it comes to survival. Most of us do not have to worry about being prey to other animals. Now granted, there are places in the world where this is a concern, but for most of us, we are free from that problem. We're genetically encoded with the desire to survive. We do whatever we must to survive. This is due to the release of hormones that causes various stress reactions within our bodies. It is commonly known as the fight or flight response, which I'm sure most of you are aware. Now, I'm not going to go into the psychology and physiology of this reaction, except to say that as we get older, this response gets weaker. As we experience slower reflexive action as we age, we are less able to respond to this natural defense. Now, however, this is not saying that we should just lay over and die anytime something comes up our way that gives us an emergency or something of that nature, but we still have to plan on how we're going to fight and get through it. You see, as we age and mature, we've been given something that we didn't have before, and that is experience and knowledge. And by applying our life experiences and knowledge, we are naturally better equipped to deal with problems. We are more limited to the flight portion of this equation, but we are better equipped than we might think. Simply proper planning will help make up for anything we lack in physical strength. This planning combined with practice and our life experiences will make us just about as capable as we once were to deal with emergency situations. In the next lessons, we'll be planning and practicing our response to emergency situations. Now, it may seem foolish to practice unlocking your windows and doors and walking through your home to be sure that you have that clear path in your mind. But you see, this practice ingrains these actions into our minds, into our subconscious, and into our muscles. The more we practice these activities, the less they require conscious thought. Now, I was a tactical officer for many years, and one thing that we did was train constantly. The philosophy of training like it was real helped to deeply ingrain these skills into our subconscious. When the time came to act, we were able to act without thought. This knowledge will enable you to respond in an emergency reaction without so much of a, oh no, what do I do response. The simple relief of distress in an emergency situation increases your chances of survival astronomically. The first thing we'll be practicing is your cell phone. I'm a firm believer that your cell phone is without question the best and number one survival tool you possess. So let's talk a bit about your cell phone and how it is your greatest survival tool. The first and most obvious is that you can call for help. In the United States, cell phones are required to have emergency call options, which means that you can call for help, even if your service has been disconnected. If it has been, you can still call 911. You can use Siri if you're using a Apple device, or you can use Hey Google if you're using an Android device. Now, either of these, you can say blank call 911, and they will. But you can't say like blank call an ambulance, because they can't do that. They don't understand that. But you can program it to where that you can call relatives or friends or your family members using the same voice commands. Secondly, your phone can act as a tracker so that your family and the authorities can locate you. Now, I know a lot of people think that this is just a way of Big Brother to keep up with us and to track us. The truth is, he already knows about us. And I would rather have the added security of my family being able to find me than to worry about something that I can't control anyway. Now, there are many GPS tracking apps available, and I highly recommend that you use one. Now, for several years, our family has used an app called Life 360. It's a great app, and it's available from the Apple Store or Google Play, depending on your phone. Life 360 allows your family to know where you are always. Yes, again, I know. You don't want somebody tracking you. Well, weigh this. Will your pride help you when you need help? Go to the Life 360 app for more information. Now, I've included links to other GPS apps that you might find more useful for your circumstances, but I recommend Life 360 if it works for your circumstances. And lastly, with your cell phone, you can get updates, you can get warnings, you can get notifications about situations that are going on outside around you. This is especially useful in cases of natural disaster, or like the COVID-19 lockdown. But with these notification apps, you can know what's going on outside around you and know what's going on with the situation that you happen to be in at the time. However, none of these things are going to matter if you don't have your cell phone with you. Many people keep their cell phone stuffed down in the bottom of a packed pocketbook or in a purse, or when they immediately come home, they take their cell phone and put it on the desk or table and plug the charger in. Or worse, turn it off. And they don't think about it until they leave the house again. I get it. It's easy to think that the only time you need your phone is when you're out and about. Personally, my phone is within reach 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't use it to play games or to go on the internet or for social media. I have a laptop and tablets that I use for that. But I do recognize it as a vital part of my life as I get older. So here's the practical lesson for this, and that is simply keeping your cell phone with you. Now, I normally will keep my cell phone in my back pocket unless I'm out hiking or riding my motorcycle, at which time I keep it on a lanyard or zipped within a pocket. There are several types of lanyards or slings that you can use for your cell phone, and I've included links to a few of these in the text portion of this lesson. If you want to purchase one, they're available on Amazon and many other outlets. However, if you're more of the crafty type, I've also included sewing and crocheting patterns. They're included in the links below as well. Okay, so here's what we're going to practice this week, other than keeping our cell phone with us. First off, you need to decide on a charging schedule. I typically charge mine while I sleep. It's on the nightstand next to my bed. Practice item 2 is to find a GPS app that works for you. And most importantly, discuss this with your friends and your family, because they'll have to have the app as well in order to be able to track you. Install it, learn how to use it. Let it become a part of your everyday life. And practice item 3. Download at least one notification app. I recommend the National Weather Service app because it'll give you Amber Alerts or other breaking news alerts. Plus also will keep you up on the weather. So that's it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the comments or directly email me at kent@jackwilder.com. In lesson 2, we'll be discussing emergency evacuation planning.